Well, 8 months after a terrorist attack shut down its operations, the Abuja-Kaduna rail service was set to resume on Monday, but that resumption was postponed. The government says it is extending its reopening for proper security checks. And new security measures are being put in place, including a new system of purchasing tickets and passenger identification. The Nigerian Railway Corporation says identity verification devices have been deployed at each train station for its officials to verify the validity of the identities of passengers when the train services resume.
Well, the Managing Director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation joins us now for more. Glad to have you join us on News Night. You postponed, like we just read a while ago, starting this train service because of security measures. Tell us what these security measures are, and then, of course, how secure indeed are these security measures?
Yeah, good evening, Nigerians, and good evening for having me. The Abuja-Kaduna rail line had issue after the bandit attack, and we have been working assiduously with both the former minister and the new minister to ensure that life and the property that have been put in place are well protected. And that's what we'll be working on for over 8 months now. And we believe we had got into a stage where we can conveniently say the train rider, the staff, and the properties, to the best of our knowledge and what we have done with the entire security architecture in this country, and with the determination of the police force, the army, the air force are put in place, and deploying some technology, I think we are good to go. We just want to ensure that the new measure of checking passengers, of profiling passengers, is working properly, and that we don't have issue when the passengers go online, either on the web or application, or by the self-dispensing machine that will be put in place. And even when you come to the counter to buy tickets, they are working perfectly. Because with the collaboration of NIPSI, the Nigerian Education Management Commission, we are working together to ensure that when you buy your ticket, your data is able to be verified under their platform. And before you board, by the time you place the barcode on the verifier, you will see whether you are the person yourself and the staff that are monitoring the system that will pump up your picture and your profile, that they are complying with what you have on the information. You ask why we're doing this. We believe that security has to start at the point of boarding, and we believe that there's somehow, with what happened, some collaboration with those inside the train and those that planted the bomb. So in order to know who is boarding the train, we need to capture them correctly and properly. From the past experience, we discovered that most people who bought the tickets were not the actual people who bought it. Either they bought with their name or bought with, I don't want to say fake telephone numbers, because what we require then is just a telephone number and an email. And we discovered by the time we are calling up to find out those who were safe and those who were at home, or those we discovered that some of those numbers were not even in existence. So we have to do something further. We have to bring in this NIPSI idea.
I mean, it's quite heartening and comforting to see that the Nigerian Railway, in collaboration with all other stakeholders, is doing all it can to prevent any kind of security breach. But then again, that's within, for those who want to board the trains, the innocent traveler who wants to go from point A to point B. But what about those who want to circumvent or breach the security of the rail system, whether it's Abuja-Kaduna or in other parts of the country? Let's talk about securing the rail line itself. Are you saying in the last 8 months you've been able to put in place measures to secure the rail line? Do you have the capacity to do that? What systems do you have in place to ensure that there's no, there's little or no breach at all?
What we are doing in Abuja-Kaduna, we are extending to Itakpe and we are extending to Lagos-Ibadan. First of all, is to have real-time communication, and we are going to have that, and we are already having it. We are testing them now, and they're up and running to ensure that the driver, the train guard, the station staff will be able to get in touch, not just with the control center, but also try to get in touch with those security team that are working with us with no distance time, so that if there is eventually any sort of infringement, the security will be for more time so that appropriate action will be taken. We can't just disclose all we are doing. There are other things that cannot be said on this platform that we believe will help Nigerians, will help the train rider, and also protect us from those who feel that they need to take the government on or everything or sabotage the big leap that the government is making.
So you have cancelled night trips from 6 to 8 p.m. You've reduced the number of trips from what to what and why?
Okay, apart from the security, it takes time to build up the system. When we started with one return trip, if you remember those days. But we need to come back now, and gradually the confidence of the travelers will be built up. So we are going to start with 2 train up to 2 train down, making 4 trips. And that is to enable us to build the customer confidence back. Because we are doing 10 before this incident. We hope to, and at that time we are planning to do 12 trips. And we will still get to the 12 trips, but we need to build the confidence. So we will not just be like that, okay, because we are doing 10, let's just start 10 immediately. We need to build the confidence of the train rail users back, so that gradually that confidence will be built up, and we will not want them to suffer too much by not deploying enough trips and enough coaches on the route.
Right, very, very.
So we are starting with 4 trips.
Okay, 4 trips. Give us a clear, time, exactly within what window are you talking about? Because I do recall before the incident, the last train that would leave Kaduna for Abuja would leave around 6 o'clock, if I'm
they cancelled
correct.
6 to 8
so
now, yeah.
6 to 8 is cancelled. Is that what you're saying? All right, that's a great point, but let's even talk about the standard, modernization of the rail system. It'll be a nice, place to find out exactly what plans you have to upgrade from the standard gauge that you operate now to a more modern rail system. Is there any such plan in the pipeline? What exactly are we looking at?
So there are a lot of things happening. We still run our narrow gauge, that is the 1065 millimeter track, and we are now improving to standard gauge, higher speed, higher tonnage, and we're trying to expand this. Don't forget, if not for COVID, we would have linked by now Itakpe, via local yard to Abuja, and the branch line to Obajena and Baro line. In 1999, that contract was signed under concession. Well, the contractor is still, because COVID came in, is giving excuses that they're finding, and it was supposed to be extended from the Warri to present terminal to the port of Warri. And we also have a contract, the one we call from Calabar to Lagos, via Port Harcourt, Bayelsa. Then we link up with Warri. And the contractor we are supposed to provide counterpart funding, and they will come up with a funding arrangement, which they are working with Ministry of Finance. And we had the narrow gauge reconstruction from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri with branch lines to Warri. And the Calabar to Lagos would have branched off from Benin back to Agbo to Oka, to Enugu, and to Abakaliki. So, and the standard gauge 2 on the eastern line was also awarded. So we are trying to see that all the states are linked up, and not just the state capital, but where you think that we have potential industrial growth or raw material sources. So that is the rolling plan for the railway development in Nigeria. And we also, as we are doing this, we are also talking about it, moving to electrical train. That's why, as we even the Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja-Kaduna, we had our dedicated 33 line KV, 33 line, high tension line on that route. The same applicable to Itakpe, Warri, and Lagos, Ibadan. And all the headroom is being provided to ensure that you can accommodate the gantry and the wire for electric this thing. And we're also planning how we can do the IPP so that we have a dedicated electricity for train operations.
Thank you very much. Fidet Okhira is the Managing Director, Nigeria Railway Corporation. Thank you very much for joining us. Can't wait to get on a train again.
My pleasure.
Yeah.